Hello everyone, it's Mark here from Innovate CRM division. In this video, I'm going to give a brief overview of a couple of key features of Sage CRM product or capabilities, things that we can do with the product. Before we get into that, just a couple of basics in case you aren't familiar with the product at all. So Sage CRM is a browser-based product. So whilst it lives on a server, uh, whether that might be in the cloud or in your office physically, what we can do with Sage CRM is make it available via essentially a web address. There's nothing to be installed on any PCs. It is literally like a website. So that means you could be on the road, on a tablet, or on your phone, on a laptop. As long as you've got an internet connection and a web browser, you can get to Sage CRM. To take a quick look at the product interface, again, you can see it's just a browser-based product there. If we take a quick look at a couple of the key features of the interface, one thing that's worth mentioning with Sage CRM as a product is that it is very user-driven and all about ownership and assignment and driving user activity. So there's sort of two headline areas of the product which you access typically on a day-to-day basis will be My CRM or Team CRM. So My CRM is a user-focused view of the world where someone logging in can get quick access to all the things that are assigned to them. So such as if you're a salesperson, you'll have a list of your opportunities. If you want to look at your calendar, you've got that, and that integrates with Outlook. You've also got dashboards, very powerful dashboards within Sage CRM, which can be focused to you specifically. You might have a dashboard which is your day-to-day dashboard. You might then also have one that you look at once a week, once a month to do a bit more of a sort of oversight, more graphical, visual things. Team CRM is a grouped view of those things. So you might want to look at opportunities for a given team, department, or you might want to look at a group calendar. And in all of those cases, we have an all teams view as well. So you get a company-wide view of the world. I'd also just like to mention the reports tool that comes with Sage CRM. We have a number of report categories. We can create our own or remove ones that we don't use. And in all of those categories, you do get a number of reports out of the box, which you can then, change or create copies of and amend. The main thing to mention with the reports tool is that it is a non-geeky tool. So with the relevant training, you can use the built-in point-and-click interface to build reports. It's very powerful. Any data that's available in CRM, which we'll talk about shortly in the main sort of subject, any data that's available within CRM is available in the reports tool. You've got all the sort of reports you'd expect in terms of graphs, tables, crosstabs, historical sort of charts, that sort of thing. And then once you've built reports, any reports that you build can be actually pulled through onto the dashboard. So the dashboards are primarily driven by the reports tool. You can put some other things on the dashboard, but primarily the panels you see will be driven by reports that you would have pre-built. And you can get carried away and have as many variations as you like. And as I say, it's a non-technical tool, which we can give you training in. So you've got a bit of control. You don't need to, come to us every time you want to create a report or amend a report, or even change a dashboard. I'm going to move on now to the focus of the video today, which is about integration really, and the capabilities of Sage CRM in that respect. A lot of people think that CRM is just a sales tool, but it can do a lot more than that. Sage CRM out of the box comes with sales, marketing, and customer service functionality. But because it's so customizable, it can be extended to support other business processes. In addition, Sage CRM is very powerful when it comes to integration. So we can link up Sage CRM with any number of other business systems and pull data in or push data out. And that means that we can leverage some of the powerful tools of CRM against data that may have come from other places. The most common integration with Sage CRM is the accounts integration, of course, because it's got a Sage badge. There's an out-of-the-box integration with a number of Sage accounts products. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run through that on this video. Then we can also talk about other integration capabilities with Sage CRM and how powerful that can be for your business. So starting with accounts integration then, I'm going to bring up a customer in Sage CRM and we'll look at what we get around the account side. So the first one is when we look at a customer, we can see their account. So obvious things like their account reference. We can also see credit limit, balance, spend to date, and various other attributes of their account, including, for example, if they're on stop, we'll change their status. And also if you use any analysis code fields or custom fields on the account side, we can bring those in as well. As well as showing this information, we can actually utilize it in CRM in various ways. So for example, you might use some of that in a workflow process to perhaps prevent progression if a customer is on stop or if they're about to go over their credit limit. So we can put validation in place around some of the processes in CRM. And that's quite powerful then because we're acting upon data that is actually coming from accounts and driving some of the logic in CRM off the back of that. In addition to viewing an account for an existing customer in CRM, we can actually create accounts from CRM. So if I bring up a prospect, I prepared earlier, and what I can do here is I can change this prospect into customer in CRM, go to the accounts tab, and we can see at this stage there isn't one. But what I can do is create a new account, and I can preset under my permissions certain fields on the account before we push it over to the Sage account system. And again, if you've got custom fields, analysis codes, we can put those on this screen, and we can put certain validation in place, certain rules around this. We can put permissions as to who is allowed to do this as well. But ultimately, I click on save, I click the sync with accounts button, and as simple as that, that account is now going to get created in the Sage Accounts product. So we've taken it from a prospect through to a customer, created their account without stepping outside of CRM, without needing to log into Sage Accounts and re-enter all the details again. In addition to just their account, we've also got some associated information. So you can see under this customer, we can look at previous quotes. We can look at previous sales orders. We can look at even invoices, if you wish, and dispatch notes, all associated with this account. Some of those things are two-way. So quotes and orders, you can produce those in CRM and you can push them over to accounts. So let's have a look at that in a little bit more detail. We start with quotes. So you can obviously create quotes through CRM. The additional thing that you get with the accounts integration is Sage CRM is fully aware of all your products, pricing, units of measure, stock, and various other bits. So the first thing we see when we're creating a quote here is that it knows about pricing lists. So if you have different pricing lists, CRM is aware of that. If you have customer dedicated pricing lists and their account has a pricing list specified, it will automatically pick that up from the customer. Or you can choose from other available pricing lists. When we come to actually add items to the quote and add a new line item, we can see that CRM knows about all of our products. If I choose a product, it then loads up everything it knows about that product. If you have units of measure, it will know about those. It knows about the list price. It knows about the cost price. And it will also tell me how many we've got in stock. If I've got the permissions to, I can override the sale price. Because it's got the cost price and the sales price here, it can then give me the profit and margin on that item. So that's quite powerful when producing quotes in CRM, that you've got all of that information available to build your quote. What we can also do from CRM is we can convert this quote into an order. And it's very simple, couple of clicks. So we convert the quote into a sales order. And that sales order, we have a button here, sync with accounts. We can actually just push that order straight over to the account system. So no need to re-enter or anything like that. Obviously, there's a few things around that. Sage CRM is very good at workflow and validation. So it may be that we put some kind of validation in place to ensure that certain things are filled in before an order is pushed to accounts. It may be that you only want certain people to be allowed to do that. We could use dashboards to show all orders that are ready to be processed, and then the relevant person clicks into each one, checks it over, and then does the sync with accounts. When we do sync it with accounts, we can be prompted for certain information. The most common one would be a PO reference, and you can make sure that that's entered before it's allowed to be processed through. But other than that, a couple of clicks and that order is now going to get created in accounts. You don't have to come from a quote. You can just create an order in CRM directly and push that through. So quite a lot of people use Sage CRM for order processing only. Whether it's taking orders on the phone, whether it's stuff that comes in via email, entering the order into CRM, and then pushing it through to the account system. So that means that people don't need to leave CRM. Everything can be done in one place. So if we look at the overall process there that CRM can support, we can start off with a prospect. We can quote that prospect. If they then place an order, we can turn the prospect into a customer and create their sales ledger account in the account system. We can convert their quote into a sales order. We can push the sales order to the account system. And we've gone from prospect to paying customer through CRM without stepping outside of CRM, without needing to log into the account system, and without needing to re-enter any data a second time. So that makes CRM quite powerful just in terms of joining it all up. But as I say, with the workflow capabilities, with validation capabilities, you can really lock down the process around that. You can make sure it's structured, you can make sure the right information is captured, and that all processes are followed as expected, all through the single interface of CRM. And one final thing just to mention on the accounts integration is that as part of the implementation of Sage CRM, we hook it up to your Sage Accounts product, and the system will pull all data going back as far as you like from the account system into Sage CRM. So in other words, on day one of starting to use CRM, you've already got it populated. All your customers and in fact suppliers as well will be loaded into CRM as a sort of starting point. We can bring other data sources in and merge into that as well, but that's quite a time saver there in terms of populating CRM with your data from day one. And that's, again, all part of the standard capabilities of the Sage CRM product. So that's a quick overview of the accounts integration. As I say, that comes as standard with Sage CRM and Sage Accounts products. It is the most common form of integration that we carry out regularly, of course, with Sage products. We can integrate Sage CRM in the same or similar way with many other products. Couple of examples. One that we've done quite a lot is to integrate CRM with an e-commerce website. So you can have orders being placed on an e-commerce website. Those orders can be pulled through into CRM, and then they can in turn be pushed through to accounts. And using CRM as the middleman in that way means that you can put, again, workflow validation in place. You don't need people to be logging into your account system. You can have those orders coming through, appearing on a dashboard. You can have someone with the relevant permissions processing the order, validating it, and then pushing it through to accounts. It doesn't have to be accounts or order processing at all. Another common one we've done is integrating CRM with contract management systems. So if you have annually renewing services or regularly renewing services with customers, we've regularly integrated CRM with products that do that sort of thing, meaning that you can leverage CRM's tools to drive, for example, renewal activity. So again, we might have a dashboard showing us renewals that are coming up. We might have emails going out automated from CRM to the customer, informing them that a renewal is coming due, and it can drive the activity around those. In addition, again, using the reporting tools of CRM, if we want to look at the annual spend or trends where spend is going up or down, we can use CRM's reporting tools and dashboard tools to leverage that data. So, just looking at what the dashboard can do, for example, we can utilize, going back to the accounts example, accounts data, but in CRM's tools. So this dashboard here is showing invoice value per month as an example. So the key thing there, as I say, is that as well as just pulling stuff into CRM, it's about leveraging that and leveraging the tools of CRM against that external data. And there's any number of other systems which we can link Sage CRM to and have done. We've linked it with EPOS systems, e-marketing platforms, asset management systems. In short, there's not really much we can't link it to. And in all of those cases, just as we've seen in this video, CRM doesn't really care that that data comes from an external source. It still acts upon that data, and you can use all the tools of CRM against that data, just like you would anything else within the CRM product. Making that quite powerful, bringing all of your business systems and data together, joining up the dots, joining up the processes throughout your business. And that's where CRM quite often will become a data hub and the single source of information across a business. And there's no end to what we can link it up with. So I hope you found this video useful. It was just a brief overview, as I say, of Sage CRM's integration capabilities. There's an awful lot more we can do with it. So if you want any further information, or if you'd like a more comprehensive demo of the product, then feel free to get in touch. We'd be happy to do that. Thanks for watching.